Hey everyone, Richard here. I have something a little bit different today. This is a very old book. This is a book from 1810 that I figured I would show off and talk a little about in this video. So let's just get into it. All right, so I was out thrift shopping and whatnot today, and I came across this book. It's in very bad shape. The front cover is detached and everything, but it's from 1810. If you're not familiar with books, anything prior to 1820 is pretty interesting with books because things were not standardized, they're not machine-made paper, stuff like that. So as soon as I saw the date, I knew I wanted it, but I brought it home, started researching it, looking at things on it. This book is an essay on the causes of variety in complexion and figure in the human species by Samuel Stanhope Smith. This is technically the second edition version of it. The first version was from 1787. This is the 1810 version and has additional commentary. An interesting book, but still very flawed. Samuel Stanhope Smith basically was wrestling with the idea of the time that there were different species of humans, and he basically argued in this book that no, there are not different species, it's just products essentially of their environment, which at the surface is a quaint idea, but he was still a very deeply racist man, particularly against black people, and he was basically looking for a reason to still be able to apply the laws of the Bible, a creator, upon others. So that's really what this book is about, but not super why I find this book interesting. Why I found it interesting, one is its age and how it was made, but two is from the collection of James S. Rollins, who was a House of Representative member in Missouri. He was a conservative unionist, and he was one of the swing votes that ended up resulting in the ratification of the 13th Amendment abolishing slavery. Originally, he was not for abolishing slavery, but he met personally with Abraham Lincoln, and after that meeting decided to side on the passing of it. But yeah, I thought I'd share. I thought that was interesting. There's a lot of interesting annotations in here. Right here it says Jefferson City. Looks like November 28th, 1866. I'm not sure what that date is. If I see anything, I will look it up. But yeah, got the paper. A few things I want to show in it. We got first page, again, 1810. This right here, I've been trying to make out what it is, but I believe this is James S. Rollins. I think that is actually his signature, which is pretty crazy to see. It also says, I believe, Joseph Tate here. I'm not quite sure what that is, but James S. Rollins, again, a key political figure in history. One of the swing votes that allowed the ratification of the amendment. But I just figured I'd show it a little bit. This is, again, before machine made paper. Things like standardized typeface and font were not a thing yet when this was created. And like I said, there's usually like the annotations. I believe it was Charles White. I'd have to look that up again. I believe it's Charles White who did annotations on this original essay. But yeah, just put in this perspective, the original essay came out in 1787, like 11 years after the American Revolution, and then this was put out 35 years after the American Revolution. It's a pretty crazy piece of history, and to be tied to a significant figure was kind of cool. One also cool thing about this book when I was flipping through it, of course, we have, again, a name here. I believe this is that same Tate name from the front. I'm not sure who that is. I couldn't find anything. There is a picture drawn of a dog back here. Not dated or anything, but I suspect it might be from this same person here, just because it is in the same pencil. But yeah, just a very interesting little piece of history here, found thrift shopping. Again, from the personal library of James S. Rollins, former House of Representative. member, and a unionist. So, I don't know, hopefully you guys think that's interesting. You never know what you might find thrift shopping. Paid a grand total of $15 for this, and now it is in my collection, so thought it was cool. Little piece of Americana when America was still essentially an infant. So hopefully you found that interesting. If you have any other extra questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Yeah, that is everything, and take care, everyone.